at Ernst & Young. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you. Mr. Satya, you heard our correspondent. Yesterday we saw the Yes Bank and Axis Bank shares fly. And today there's a bit of profit taking that could be for any reason. But how should we understand? If Yes Bank stands FII at 44%, do they just go to FIPB for approval? But after that approval, their FII amount can go all the way to 74, you think? Because they really don't have much FDI except a little bit of GDR if they go for it.
Right. So the way we understood this, at least till yesterday evening, was that yes, if the approval comes through, up to 74% FPI investment is possible in the banking space. There is some confusion, it seems, and what we are hearing now is that the DIPP will come up with a fresh clarification of exactly what they mean, but that the intention was not to bring about any change to the existing position so far as the banking sector is concerned and so far as the defense sector is concerned. That's what we are hearing this morning. We have to wait and see what exactly is the clarification that comes today.
Okay, let's go across to Nishant Shah of ELP as well. Nishant, is this your understanding too, that there is no change in the existing position of these two sectors, banking and defense?
Hi. Yeah, I think yesterday when the initial cabinet approval had come through, it was getting a feeling that now the upper cap would be 74 and the FII investments can go up to that. But yeah, it seems that the recent clarifications which have been provided, it is seeming that there may not be any change on this so long as the flexibility within the 49% overall cap which currently stands good. So yes, the understanding is exactly the same.
No, at the moment it is 49% allowed for FII and for FDI in banks. At 49% you have to go to the FIPB. Now obviously yesterday's rule doesn't change permission requirements. You have to go to the FIPB. But having gone to the FIPB, is Yes Bank in a slightly better position?
Yeah, so till yesterday evening, as I said, the impression we had was that so long as a government approval has been obtained to invest up to 74%, FIIs, FPIs will be permitted to invest up to 74% the overall composite cap. That was the impression that we got till late evening yesterday based on the announcements that had come yesterday. That for banking sector, subject to approval being obtained, FIIs, FPIs could invest up to 74% under the overall composite cap. This morning, however, we are hearing that there was some confusion in the press release yesterday, that there is some clarification that they will come up with, which will come today. The DIPP will come up with a clarification, but that in the banking and the defense sectors, there is no change intended as per yesterday's announcement. And then, if that is the case, then beyond 49% for FPIs, FIIs will be difficult even under the approval route.
Okay.
We have to wait for today's clarification. Hopefully things will be much clearer after we get that clarification from the DIPP today.
That is exactly what Sapna is also reported yesterday night. Nishant, any other sectors that will benefit therefore? I mean, removing defense and banking.
Yeah, so certain other sectors where they have opened up, say for example even in case of say aviation or in case of say print media, now they have opened up it gives two types or two flexibilities. One is from the investors. It will obviously encourage the investors to come in because now they can come in through portfolio investment. More importantly, from the Indian entities perspective also, there is a flexibility into how they intend to structure their capital. So the other sectors in relation with the select sectors that they have opened up or created the composite cap, it would be benefited to that extent.
Okay.
Mr. Satya, your last word.
So on the print media, I'm not so sure because I think that the 26% cap remains. So far as CICs are concerned, power exchanges are concerned, so far as commodity exchanges are concerned, certainly there is far greater flexibility. From 23, it goes up to 49% for FPIs, FIIs to invest. Similarly, for infrastructure companies in the securities market, there's a difference. So far as these companies are concerned, power exchanges, commodity exchanges, infrastructure companies in the security space, also CICs, there's definitely a liberalization, which is a welcome move. And that seems to be clear. no confusion on that.
Okay. So finally, do you think the government has succeeded in simplifying the investment regime? I mean, will this composite cap as a whole give companies a sort of, a greater leeway on choosing how to raise fresh capital?
Well, certainly I do feel that there will be some flexibility, there will be greater clarity. Hopefully today's announcement or clarification will clear the air and this uncertainty remains only for a day. And one hopes that even for banking, defense, insurance, there's equal amount of clarity after today's clarification. But if that is the case, then certainly it will bring about far greater flexibility, much more headroom for FIIs, FPIs to invest, and it is welcoming in terms of ease of doing business as well as in terms of welcoming foreign investment. So I would welcome it, but let's wait for today's clarification.
Okay, fine. Mr. Satya, I'm asking you a very huge question, but we have only 30 seconds, and even that is borrowed from the next show.
Sure.
Menaka had reported on the former Mauritian finance minister saying that probably Mauritius will lose the right to impose capital gains tax. Now, today the Mauritian Council said that it is nothing is a done deal yet. The treaty is not complete. But if it were to happen that the capital gains tax goes away for Mauritius, is there mayhem in the markets?
I would feel if the capital gains tax exemption that is currently enjoyed by Mauritius residents under the treaty is withdrawn, that would certainly have an impact on the markets, especially depending on how the grandfathering works. If there's no grandfathering as well, and there is a very short window within which FIIs, FPIs can utilize the Mauritius treaty after which the capital gains tax exemption is withdrawn, I think that would have an impact on the market, certainly.
All right. Unfortunately, out of time, Nishant and Mr. Satya, thank you very much.